So let's talk about this story, shall we?
Yeah,
Are you ready for that?
I am ready. Are you going to break it down for us
Hey, puppy.
like you do? Wreck-It Ralph.
So Wreck-It Ralph starts with a little introduction of how video games happen. And it's when a mommy arcade machine and daddy arcade machine love each other very much.
Yeah, and we learned that all the characters are sentient and they have feelings and they're real and they have lives.
Yeah,
they
and,
can die.
and when you unplug it, they just don't. They cease to exist.
Yeah.
In like a weird, sad liminal space of non-existence, but existence.
Just darkness for them.
Yeah, just darkness. So Ralph is the bad guy in a game called Fix It Felix, where he is a guy on top of a building breaking the building, and Felix is the character that the player plays as, and Felix has a magic hammer that immediately fixes everything.
Man, I feel like we could all use just the magic hammer that fixes everything right now.
Yeah, well, at some point Felix has the hammer, but it doesn't fix all the problems, and that's beautiful. It's called metaphors. It's not all problems can be fixed by a magic hammer. And Ralph is a little downtrodden because nobody likes him because he's a villain, which isn't entirely true because the people in the other games like respect him. You know,
Yeah, because doesn't it starts off at a meeting for the villains, doesn't it?
it doesn't start out, but it's pretty short after the
Yeah.
I live in a video game. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
And then he
does
goes-
his narration.
Yeah, and then he goes out and goes to a meetup.
Yeah. It's a
the
meetup
other
of all
villains.
the other video game villains, and they're just discussing. It's like a AA meeting for villains.
Yeah,
We're trying to make room for a
we
puppy.
we are. Puppy, do you want to come up?
Come on, Millie.
Get up here. Come here. Jarvis wants you up. You get up here. Come here.
She don't want to.
She's a little. Okay, bye.
Okay,
Love you. Oh yeah, love you.
get out of here.
Okay,
Bye.
goodbye.
Yeah. So the meeting has one of my favorite lines in the whole movie,
Go for it.
which is where he says, hey, it's Zangief saying, hey, well, he's just talking about him coming to terms with him being the bad guy. And his realization was, hey, just because I'm bad guy doesn't mean I'm bad guy. So he's saying that you could be the villain, but a good person is basically what he's trying to say.
Yeah, which is, I mean, yeah, you can.
Yeah, his role in the space of the video game is to be the antagonist.
yeah.
And so he can be the antagonist, but still
Yeah.
be a good person.
It's basically the group is talking about how it's basically a storytelling device to be like your main character is not a bad person
yeah,
because all he's doing is his job,
yeah,
and that's his job is to be the antagonist.
yeah.
And Ralph is not very happy with that because he wants people to like him.
I think rightfully so.
I agree.
And that's another part of it is like I love the when you think about it, the kind of reversal is like, oh, just because they're the hero doesn't mean they're good either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because and by ignorance, I think, but Fix It Felix, like the people in the building, we're all kind of mean to Wreck-It Ralph by not including him in the festivities. And
Yeah, so they
as
had
part
a
of the game.
30th anniversary thing going on where he wasn't even invited,
He
but everybody
literally-
else in the game was.
Yeah, he literally lives in a dump. He's
Yeah.
like, and that was another thing that you didn't think about because like after the meeting, he's still down. He's like, man, I don't know. And then he shows back up, and there's a huge party going on.
Yeah.
In the building, and he lives in the dump, and he actually just is so mad that he goes up to the penthouse and is like, hey guys, what's going on? And they're like, oh, Fix It Felix is like,
Oh, we're just having a party.
yeah, we're
It's
just
a
getting-
certain anniversary today.
yeah, and he plays coy, but then they mentioned cake. Oh yeah, we're about to serve
Yeah.
cake. He's like,
oh.
cake? What's that? I've never heard of
What that tastes like.
Yeah, nobody ever throws it out. And I was like, that kind of made me sad because it's like, oh wow, I never really thought about the
Yeah.
fact that like good food or anything that people would want.
Yeah.
It's only the stuff that people don't want that he gets to see.
Yeah.
So he's never had cake. That was kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. It's little things like that. And so he kind of he gets like half invited into the party by Felix.
But definitely
They really don't want him
obligated.
there. Yeah.
Because Felix is trying to be a nice guy.
Which he is.
Well, he's trying.
He's a nice guy without perspective.
Fair.
So they invite him in for just a moment. They're like, "Oh, he's gonna have cake," and they're like, "Okay, great. We're just about to do that." And then they show the cake, and Ralph is at the bottom of the cake. It's like the end of the game, basically, where Felix is about to get his medal for saving everybody. And Ralph's like, "Well, maybe I could be up here with everybody else because we're all celebrating." And they're like, "There's not room for you. So you have to be down here." And he's like, "Fine, we'll just move Felix." And then he ends up smashing the cake, and he's the bad guy again.
Yeah, well, there's talk about a medal. It's like, no, he needs to be on the top so he can get his medal.
And then he said, "Well, maybe we give Ralph the medal today
for once." Yeah. So it becomes
the medals is the sticking point for Ralph.
Yeah, and then him and Gene, which I don't like Gene. Gene's kind of an a-hole. He's a jerk.
The thing I told Sybil is that these people are programmed to hate Ralph.
Maybe. I mean, they have sentience. They can make choices. Because obviously the one lady made the choice to
for nuance.
She made the choice to decorate each layer of the pen of each
with everybody's favorite.
Yeah, so she can make choices.
Yeah.
So I would say that like they definitely were being, and Gene was especially a jerk, but he kind of said was like, "You don't deserve a medal. You can't get one because you're horrible.
Yeah, you're the bad guy.
Yeah, and
bad guys don't get medals."
And that became the kind of the.
And so Ralph was like, "Oh, bad guys don't get medals." And so Ralph goes into the in between. It's basically a surge protector, which I think is fun. And
that's where Sonic is.
And that is where Sonic is hanging out going, "Don't die outside of your game or you die forever," which is very cool because Sonic in his TV show used to do fun facts like in between things. It was very funny. I have one on my soundboard. Do you want me to recite it to you?
Sure.
Kids, it's nice to get a hug from someone that you know, but if someone touches you somewhere that you don't like, that's no good.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
In an actual TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that in the 90s?
Man, bring it back.
Bring it back. Yeah, I agree.
Protect our kids, you know what I'm saying?
I think that was Sonic Underground. I could be wrong, though. So Ralph meets up basically with the dude from, I don't remember the name of the game, but it's like a Call of Duty shooter type thing. That's like Call of Heroes or Medal of Heroes.
Well, that's
what he gets. Yeah. And he's freaking out about bugs. Shooter. Yeah, you shoot space bugs, and dude's freaking out a little bit. He's like, "This isn't worth the medal at the end." And Ralph's like, "Medal at the end? Well, tell me more." And he's like, "It's a medal that you get when you beat all the bugs. It's the Medal of Heroes." And he's like, "Yeah, Medal of Heroes." Like, what game is this again?
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, and so he goes and barges into the game pretending to be the dude.
Which, you know what, on this rewatch, I was more acutely aware of the fact that how dangerous that is.
Yeah.
Because he could die.
He could have died to the bugs.
And if you die outside your game, just like Sonic said, that's the end of you.
Yeah. That's no good.
Yeah, you can't respawn in a different game that you're not a part of.
You cannot. So he goes in and he's a part of it, and the whole gimmick is that the player is the one who's supposed to win, and Ralph's like, but I want the medal. So Ralph goes turbo, is what they call it. There's a reason for that I'll get to when that part comes up. But it's called going turbo. You go into a different game and you kind of go rogue. And
he's also not being subtle like he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a subtle background character.
Yeah,
but he keeps
not subtle at all.
He keeps standing in front of the first-person shooter camera.
Yeah, but he gets the medal. Things go things go awry.
The building, he gets the medal, and then he ruins everything.
Yeah, and then he runs out of the game, and one of the bugs follows out somewhere. I think
he literally, where the medal is, once he gets his medal, he starts knocking over all the eggs and awakening them so that they hatch. And as he's escaping, he gets into one of the ships from the game, and one of the cybugs.
Yeah, that's what it gets
Stowaways.
out of the game.
Yeah, and gets out of the game,
Which
with
is
him.
bad because they are coded bugs that are cyber bugs that will actually destroy the games. Actually,
Yeah, they will just eat code, and they'll eat whatever they eat. They become.
yeah. But we don't learn that for like another 5 minutes.
They
probably.
literally the saying "you are what you eat." That's literally them.
Yeah, that is them. And Ralph ends up crashing into Sugar Rush,
Very, very pretty,
which is
fun, cutesy
which is
game.
Mario Kart Candyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that one, where he loses the medal in a tree and has to try to get it, and then Vanellope, everyone's favorite character,
when she
shows up and is
voiced
like,
by Sarah
"Oh, this
Silverman."
is for you. Okay, well, I'm just gonna take it," and she steals it. And then we get
just like kids do.
and then we get a little bit of an aside where Felix is starting his day, and Ralph is not there to wreck it. So he goes out to go find Ralph before
It's literally ruining.
he goes to Turbo.
Well, he
It is ruining his life because there's
they
nothing
They
to
realize
make him the hero.
Yeah, they literally realize, oh, we need Ralph to make the game work because the worst thing that can happen is getting unplugged.
Yeah.
And so because he's not there, they get an out of order placed on their window, on their screen, and everybody's freaking out. I wonder if anybody thought, oh, shoot, maybe we should have been a little bit nicer to him.
They probably didn't.
Yeah, you're right. Especially Gene. He's a jerk.
Especially Gene. He's a jerk.
Yeah. I think that's his full name, Gene the Jerk.
Gene the Jerk. So Felix goes into the Call of Duty game where he meets Sue Sylvester from Glee. And she goes, yeah, the dude, he got out of here and it's causing a problem. We got to find him. And there's cyber bugs, and the cyber bugs are going to kill everything.
I just remember from the one with the movie with Paul Rudd and that other guy. What is it? Where they're taking care of those kids? They're big brothers to those kids.
Oh, God. I don't know.
Guys, put in the comments. You know which movie I'm talking about. Where they're like energy drink salesmen. And she's also like the leader of the Big Brother program. And do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You've seen this movie?
I have not.
Oh, like her main thing is
For sure.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter. And that's what she says. She said, you can't bullshit me because I'm... Anyways,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll look it up while you talk.
Okay. And this is where we get the exposition about going turbo. Oh, actually, we get it a little bit later, but I'll just say it now. Going turbo is a reference to another thing that happened at that arcade, where a game called Turbo Racer or something like that, was like the biggest game in the arcade, and then one day it got replaced by a different one, and the main character, and then Turbo left his game to go crash to be the favorite character of that game, and it ruined both of them, and they both got unplugged forever. And so going turbo is just leaving your game and then ruining both in the process.
The movie is called Role Models.
Role Models.
Yeah.
What's the poster look like?
I don't know. Oh, it looks like this.
I don't think I've ever seen this movie ever.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
But anyways, we'll do. If you put in the comments and you want us to do Role Models, we'll do Role Models, and we'll make Michael watch it.
Yeah. If you don't want to do that, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Don't leave a comment.
Sean William Scott, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Benson.
Okay.
There, Jane Lynch.
Yes, Jane Lynch, Sue Sylvester from Glee. So we get the exposition about going turbo, and the Turbo does not look anything like any other character that we've experienced at all.
No.
So that's good. Yeah,
He's kind of scary looking. He's got like yellow eyes,
stripes,
jaundiced. He's maybe she
big
goes
nose.
go to the doctors with that.
And then Ralph's in Sugar Rush trying to get the medal back from Vanellope, but she uses it for entry for the race. And Ralph runs into King Candy, the one who puts on the race, and is like, "She stole my medal. I need to get it back." And he said, "Well, she's not supposed to be here, but the medal's gone until somebody wins." And he said, "So I just have to find the person that wins." Like, is that a threat? It's like, no, I just need to get back to my own thing. And then Vanellope is about to enter the race, and the craziest part of the movie, in my opinion, happens where she's like, I have my own cart and everything," and the kids start like literally just breaking it.
Oh yeah,
and making fun of her.
Yeah,
It's
all the other
crazy.
racers like show up at her.
Like,
kind
you
of
can't
wishing
race.
that-
Look, I'm the glitch.
Oh yeah,
like
they
literally
lit-
tearing it apart.
Yeah, that's
piece
horrible.
by piece.
Yeah, it's so horrible. She's just screaming and
So
crying.
crazy.
But luckily, like, Ralph is there. At first he's like, "Oh, this little brat," and then once he sees them being absolute
Yeah, he kind of softens up a
jerks
bit.
to them. So those are Vanellope's genes.
Yeah,
That
every single
the
one
gene,
of them.
yeah, the gene
The
to
multiples.
the gene to Ralph's,
Yeah.
whatever.
So the plan is for Ralph to help Vanellope make a cart and have her win the race so that he can get his medal
him,
back.
Yeah, she convinced him, "Hey, when I win, I'll just give you your medal back."
And he said, "I don't make things, I wreck them." And she said, "Well, so it's good to broaden your horizons."
And then he
And then he makes a cart and he's like, "Oh, it's ugly." And she goes, "No, it's perfect."
and then he says his famous catchphrase, "Get wrecked."
I'm gonna make it.
He actually does not say that.
And then this is where I fell asleep.
Was this your first time? No, you've seen this movie before.
13 years ago, Jarvis. 13 years. What did you have for breakfast 13 years ago today?
I didn't eat breakfast 13 years ago.
What did you have for lunch?
No, 13 years ago, I definitely was not eating breakfast.
Who was your best
That's
friend in
besides the point.
2012?
In 2012,
Yeah.
probably my college friends, John and Kenny.
Okay.
Yeah, take that. Anyways, they after her cart gets destroyed, she breaks into a factory where a mini game is where she can build her own cart, and they go and they start building her cart.
Yeah.
And of course he's kind of helping, but he's still kind of like making a mess
He's
of
worried
things.
about it.
But her cart comes out looking crazy, like a mashed up mess, but she absolutely loves it. And this is the first time we see Ralph really kind of like crack a little bit. He smiles because at the end of it, she's like, "It's so great." She's like, "This is too perfect. We need to sign it." So she signs her name on the cart. Ralph signs his name, and he's smiling, and he's starting to feel the vibes of the sugar rush. Should I keep going?
Probably. I know there's guards involved and they have to get traced down. She doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah, she gets chased out, and it's funny because King Candy's all about the puns as well.
Who
And
definitely doesn't look like somebody that's been referenced in the story multiple times
And
already.
So he gets icing on him, and as they break out, and then he makes a pun and he says, because it looks like he almost gets hit by them as they're escaping, and then they're like, "Oh, are you okay?" And he's like, "Oh, it's okay." He's like, "It's all right. They just glazed me," because it's glazing like icing. He kind of like they glazed him.
Yeah.
They
They
glazed him.
glazed him.
Yeah, and then they're just trying to find. They try to chase him down. They don't. They get away into Vanellope's secret lair. She gets introduced to. Ralph gets introduced to where she lives, as she is also kind
little
of
hut.
lives in a trash heap, and he starts to realize like, oh, me and this girl have a lot in common. Nobody likes her. She's kind of just lives behind some secret, like a wall, that from the outside it looks like it's fine, but there's a whole like, I guess it's technically a secret track that they never put in the game.
Yeah.
And she just found it and she just kind of lives in there and hides from everybody. And that's where Ralph actually is helping her to learn how to be a racer, learn how to drive her kart, and he builds her a track, which is very sweet. Just like Sugar Rush.
With his famous catchphrase, "I'm gonna make it."
Yeah, and yeah, his one of many catchphrases.
Yeah.
The other being "get wrecked," which he says a lot, and
"I'm gonna Ralph" is another one.
yeah. Put his other catchphrases in the comments from Wreck-It Ralph, but yeah. So there's a whole training montage, and then they're getting ready for the race. And there's a moment where they push the cart out. Ralph is like there. And then Vanellope's like, "Oh wait, we can't leave. I got something for you." She runs back in, and in this time where she's trying to get this little thing that she made for Ralph, who but King Candy himself shows up. And to be honest with you, when I first,
He's not a villain. He's definitely not somebody that had.
they
don't even have a phrase about him.
Exactly, he's a good guy, and he's just trying to protect the people in his game because he's a good, benevolent king. And so basically he tells Ralph, he says, look, she's not supposed to be in the game. She's a glitch. If she goes in the race and she wins and she becomes a playable character, then people can pick her. And if they pick her and she glitches on screen, they're going to complain to the owner and he's going to put us out of business. And he's going to put us out of order. And then everybody is going to die. Everybody's going to be unplugged and homeless. And so he said, it does kind of suck that, she can't be with everybody else.
Yeah.
But he's like, but at the same time, like everybody else in the game will be homeless and they'll unplug us if we let her play. And it makes sense. It does. Like, even at that point, I was like, oh, shoot, that's kind of a good point. Like, do we let this one little girl race or
risk it all?
Yeah, risk the well-being of everybody else in the game.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I actually bought it. Like, sometimes movies just have these random, like, reasonings.
Yeah.
And this one, I was like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Because obviously they've explained in great detail what happens. Like we see the Q-Birds that are homeless, and it's like, oh, this is bad. And then he's just saying like, I don't want any of my subjects to have to go through that and be homeless and live in a surge protector for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it makes sense. And then he takes off to go to the race. Vanellope comes back out, and she says, "Hey, I made you a medal." And she made him a like best friend medal.
Yeah.
And it's sweet, but he at the same time was swayed by King Candy's reasoning. And he says, "Hey, I'm so sorry. Like, I got to do this." Another soul crushing moment, because then he just like starts to wreck her go-kart right before the race.
Yeah.
And so
because
she's
of
crying.
that, yeah, because of the
she's crying. She says, "I hate you," and all this other stuff. And basically, she's cartless.
Yeah.
She's cartless and sad.
He says some weird thing like, "I'm gonna wreck it" or something like that.
Yeah, one of his other many catchphrases.
Yeah.
"I'm gonna wreck it." And so I think Vanellope gets captured. She gets put into the Fungeon,
which is a fun dungeon.
Yeah. And then
It's
also at the same time, Fix It Felix and what's her name? The character?
Sue Sylvester from Glee.
Okay, well that's not a character in the movie, but in this movie. But
she's
But Jane
that's what I
Lynch's
said.
character.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. They are trying to find the cybugs. And
her name's Calhoun.
Yeah, Calhoun. And Felix is trying to find Ralph. And so at this time they've been hanging out. They have a whole cute little
He's definitely in love with her.
Quicksand. Yeah. He starts to realize like, wow, she's very pretty and she's my kind of lady, and there's some flirting in the Nest Quicksand. There's some funny moments where she punches him in the face and he has to fix his face.
Yeah.
Laffy Taffy, etc. And so he makes a mistake.
As you do.
Yeah, he makes a mistake by saying what's on his mind and says, "You're a dynamite gal." And she has a trigger flashback to her wedding day, that's her backstory. Her character's backstory is that she, on her wedding day,
That was the one time she let her guard down.
yeah, her husband used to call her a dynamite gal.
Yeah.
And that's what Felix called her. And so, flashback to her wedding day when she's about to say I do, and all these side bugs attack the wedding and eat her husband, basically.
Yeah.
Her fiance. And so she's like, get out. She gets triggered. Get out of the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
So he does, very confused. And then he ends up at King Candy's castle.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I'm looking for...
And enters the Fungin.
Yeah, he's like, I'm from Fix It Felix Jr.
I'm looking for Ralph.
I'm looking for Ralph. And he's like, oh yeah. And then the sour gumdrop, I forget his name, Sour Bill.
Sour
hits
Bill.
Hits the
Is that a real name of a character?
Yeah,
because I'm looking for it
yeah,
now.
it is. It's Sour Bill. And so he falls down into a pit.
Director voiced Sour Bill. That's crazy. That's crazy that happened.
And so then he gets locked in the Fungin, and Ralph comes and he finds Felix, or I think he finds Vanellope first and breaks her out. And then he gets Felix first, breaks into Vanellope's thing and says, hey, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And she said, I told you, she's like, I hate you, and blah, 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 and calls him some names. And then he's like, well, look. And he had Fix It Felix fix the go-kart just in time to get Vanellope to the track.
Because he has a magic hammer
that fixes things. And so they make it to the race almost in time. It starts, and she's a little bit late, but she gets going, and she just demolishes everybody because the racing, like she said, is in her code.
It's in her code.
She can feel it in her code. And her glitch actually helps her like teleport in front of people.
Yeah, when people are being assholes and trying to bump into her.
Oh, yeah. They definitely try to sabotage her. So all those little jerks. This movie's just full of jerks,
Yeah.
Just like the real world.
Yeah.
So very relatable.
And then Vanellope wins the race, and this is where all hell breaks loose.
Well, before she can get there, the side bugs kind of destroy the track, and we learn in the race that Mr. King Candy is actually...
He's Turbo from the Turbo Racer game. Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah, he's been lying. He basically
Could you believe it?
jumped into... Yeah, he jumped in...
It even looks similar at all.
Yeah, he starts to glitch when she's... he's got his hands on
Vanellope
and she glitches. And then we can see it's actually Mr. Turbo from Turbo Time. And then we learn that at some point that he reprogrammed everything and he took out, because Vanellope is like the true leader, but he pulls her out, all the connections to all the people, wipes their memories, and she's floating off as a glitch, and he put himself in her place as King Candy, the ruler of the game. But anyways, so we learn that he's King Candy. The side bugs start to destroy Sugar Rush, eat it. All the townspeople are starting to flee, and it's up to Ralph and Calhoun and Fix It Felix to save the day.
And Ralph says, I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah. And Ralph is talking to King Candy, and he says, get wrecked.
Yeah. And then punches him in the face after saying his AA motto.
Yeah. So the side bugs are destroying everything, and they realize, well, hey, how did you get rid of the bugs in your game? And said, well, there's a big old laser beam, and they all just go into it. And Ralph says, oh, well, there's a hot Dr. Pepper mountain that has Mentos hanging above it. So they go because that's
obviously just gonna be there.
That's where Vanellope lived. She lived in that mountain, and so they start making the way over there. They're like, oh, we need to drop all the Mentos into the mountain, and it'll create a hot Dr. Pepper light beam that'll kill all the side bugs.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. Well, at some point, a side bug eats King Candy, and then King Candy turns into a side bug, and they're fighting on top of the mountain. And before he succeeds in putting all the Mentos into the mountain, he says the phrase. He's like, from the meeting, which is I'm not
good.
No, I'm not. Yeah, something.
I'm not good. And that's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'm bad, and that's good.
Yeah. Something like that.
Because I'm not, something like that. I don't know.
We're not gonna Google it right
asleep,
now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and so
that's a different podcast. If you want facts, you go to a different podcast.
Yeah. Oh, and that was a part of what King Candy said too. Is like because she's a glitch and she's not connected, she can't leave the game, so she's gonna die when they unplug it.
Yeah.
She can't escape like everybody else.
Yeah.
Which is true. They do show that.
Yeah.
She can't leave the game. But anyways, Wreck-It Ralph is able to drop the Mentos into the mountain and start the explosion of boiling hot Dr. Pepper that all the Cybugs are attracted to, and they all die.
Because everyone
Even
loves
King Candy.
a good boiling hot Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, even King. I mean, that's what happens in Texas if you leave your Dr. Pepper in your car.
Hey, I did it earlier. Not with the Dr. Pepper, but
it's a lava hot Dr. Pepper. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, it's true. It's been a scorcher the past few days too.
Yeah. Well, you just got some rain. I hope it rained in my part of town. But anyways,
I hope so too.
Yeah. So they all get out. Ralph kind of gets his. There was another. I skipped over another moment with Gene where he's a jerk and he's just
fine.
You can have the penthouse because you left, and he's still a jerk. And it's just like instead of saying, "Oh, you know, we should have been nicer."
Thanks for making us have importance in our lives.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyways, he does show up.
He gets his best friend medal.
He gets he does. He does get his best friend medal, and that's good enough for him. And that's his favorite part of the day is when he gets thrown off the top of the building. They lift him up high enough to where he could see Vanellope's Sugar Rush game, and she's doing great, and the kids love her.
New track. New playable character that has a cool ability.
Yeah, once the Cybugs were done, they push her cart across the finish line. She gets reconnected to the game. It restarts.
Yeah.
With the way things are supposed to be, everybody suddenly remembers.
Yeah. And kids liked it because it had cool new stuff in it.
Yeah, and the kids were happy. Everybody was happy, especially Felix and Calhoun. Because they got married.
Have little cyber babies.
Well,
that was not confirmed, but
no, I think they adopt the little aliens from Toy Story.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Claw.
That's the movie. Hey, you look good over there.
Look real good.
We thought about sharing your kindness with others.
Share the love.
Maybe like the video. Click on that subscribe button. And show your friends.
Yeah, just touch it ever so lightly, that like button. Move over to the subscribe button. Maybe tap your keyboard just a little bit. Leave a comment. Bye.
That's it.